Hi everyone. So today I'm going to show you how to edit scanned images of your storyboard drawings or an animatic. Okay, so the first thing when you open up Adobe After Effects application, first thing you want to do as always is go to File and then Save As, and then make sure you know where you're saving. I'm just gonna make a folder for myself. um, AE Day 2. And then I'm just gonna name it AE Storyboard. Save. So the first thing you want to do is to bring the scanned images of your storyboard drawings or any type of digital files of your storyboard drawings if you've digitally drawn storyboard drawings. Okay, so but before we do that, on this project panel you're going to go ahead and click create a new folder. Okay, and name it, I'm just going to name it for sake of example, story 1. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to you can go to file and import, but instead of doing it, I'll show you an easier and faster way to do it on your Finder or wherever you saved those files. You're gonna go ahead and click all those files from top to bottom, and then click and drag it over to that folder you've just created on project panel. Okay, so then under, if you click this arrow button next to the name of the folder, you can see all of these storyboard drawings. Okay, and then the next step is to click on either this create a new composition symbol or go to composition and new composition. Okay, just to keep it simple, I'm gonna name it the same as the folder, story 1. Okay, and basically what it is the size of the frame rate is at NTSC DV, although these days most of you guys are working with NTSC HD or HDTV 1080, but this time we're going to go with NTSC DV, which gives you the screen aspect ratio of 4 by 3 or 720 pixel by 480 pixel. Okay, we're going to keep the frame rate at 29.97, which is basically 30. Duration, remember, hour, minute, second, and frame. And so in this case, I'm just gonna go ahead and make it right now 30 seconds. And there's a good chance it can be shorter or longer than this, but it's okay to just set an estimated time frame in the beginning. And you're gonna hit OK. The next thing you want to do is to go to After Effects, Preferences, and Import. And then on the preferences window, if yours is marked as length of composition, what it means is every time you bring a storyboard drawing down onto the timeline, if your length of composition is 30 seconds, each drawing is going to be brought down to timeline as 30 seconds, which doesn't make any sense. And so I'm going to click one down below. If this was a full animation, you put it in 0.3 at the end, which is 3 frames, right? Then that means you're shooting it in threes. But this is not a full animation, this is an animatic. And I'm just gonna bring everything down as 1 second each. And then we're gonna make variation afterwards. Okay, and hit OK. Then click this arrow next to the name of the folder so that you can reveal all the files. So right now there are 2 scenes, okay, meaning 2 different camera angles in this particular circumstance. And so you're going to click from top, click the first one on your story folder on the project panel, hold down the shift button on your keyboard, and then click the last one. Okay, drag them over to your timeline. Okay, you can change the resolution of your picture on your composition panel to full resolution. If it is not a full resolution, another thing you will do is to click Option Command F. Option Command F to make it all fit to screen. Okay. Then if you actually go ahead and click the first image on your timeline, hold down the shift and then click the last one on your timeline, right click on it, go to keyframe assistant and click on sequence layers. You're gonna go ahead and hit OK. Then it goes, all of these drawings show in a linear sequential order. And then if you hit spacebar on your keyboard, it plays each drawing one by one. But there are a number of problems here. First of all, the biggest problem to me is that every drawing is going in the same pacing, same speed. The second problem is that these first three drawings should be layered on top of the background, which is what? Scene 1 BG, short for background, right? Scene 1 BG. And so these three drawings need to be on top of or layered on top of this background drawing. And the other ones are pretty much straightforward drawings, and the background's drawn along on the same layer. So we have to work on those. And once again, as you can see, every frame is brought into the timeline in the timing of 1 second. And that's too repetitive and too it's kind of boring this way, because to make the timing and pacing dynamic in animation, you always want to make sure that you work with a good degree of time variation. Okay, so anyways, so I'm gonna fix those issues. So first of all, right here, these three drawings, okay? When I look at these three drawings, 1 second for each one of these drawings is too much. By the way, on your keyboard, if you hit plus button on your keyboard, it, as you can see, allows you to zoom in and out of the timeline. Minus is zooming out of the timeline. Plus is zooming into the timeline. So you can see exactly how many frames that each one of these drawings is being held, right? But anyways, so in order to reduce the speed, the timing of each drawing, you just put your mouse cursor at the end of each block here on the timeline and click and drag it to the left. And as you do it, you can see over here in the duration on the info panel on the right upper corner, it shows 17 frames. Okay, as I lower it, it's 13 frames, 12 frames. Okay, so there's no one right or wrong answer in terms of taking care of this. You know what I mean? But I'm just gonna go ahead and reduce. And then this one probably even shorter than 10 frames. See how now how tiny these got? Of course, if you zoom into the timeline by hitting plus on your keyboard, you can see it. Now, in order to get rid of the gap between these drawings, all you got to do is to click the first drawings here, right click on it, keyframe assistant and sequence layers, and hit OK, right? And then another thing you do is remember the fourth one, which was the background drawing of those three drawings. Click and drag it over, put it underneath each one of these drawings, you know? So when you hit play, now it makes sense. And then what you're gonna do is now you're gonna go ahead and click from number 4 on my timeline. Hold down the shift and click the last one. Right click on it, keyframe assistant and sequence layers. Hit OK, so it can all perfectly line up. Number of things here. I think 1 second for this is a little too long, so I'm going to reduce it down, and I'm just going to keep adjusting it in a to make better timing. Okay. So I keep changing the timing of all of these. Okay. And then 1 second for this one is okay. Actually, a little longer than a second for that one. And then here, the last couple of drawings right here, the medium shot, I'm sorry, medium close-up shot, correct? Medium close-up shot of this girl, and then the character. And so let's see if I can work on the right timing. And then with this one, I think I want to do a close-up camera zoom onto his face, which I'll be showing you in a minute. And then over here,